Okay, so this is the oil that I use to grow my hair. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make it and the different ways that I use it. Absolutely love this oil. So let's get started. Also, if anyone has any recommendations for a good mic, I know I sound like I'm underwater. Sorry, I'm working on it. Okay, so these are the things that you're going to need to make the oil yourself. I will say that I start off this oil with a base of my own hair growth oil that I make and sell. The link for that will be in the description box. But a few of the ingredients in this oil, it's rosemary oil, there's coffee beans in there, there's amla oil, which I love, peppermint, sweet almond oil, castor oil. The list goes on and on and on. So you can check my site to see the 13 ingredients, make sure everything works for you. If not, you could just start with any base oil that you have. Next, we're going in with the amla powder. Absolutely love amla powder. Indian gooseberry, as you know on this channel. Of course, would it be a natural hair video without some cloves? We have the Jamaican cloves in here, packed with antioxidants, has multiple good things for your hair. So I love adding this into this oil. It really does pack a punch. This is a simple enough oil, very basic ingredients, but again, I'm starting off with the base oil. So this is some oil of my coffee bean oil that I had left over because I want to make a small batch of this. I like making it in smaller batches because I use my own hair growth oil without this addition to it most of the time. So all I do is I added the rest that I had in there into my little measuring cup. You can use any container that you have. And then I go in with the amla powder, which again, love amla powder, promotes hair growth, helps with hair volume, has so many vitamins. Again, going with some cloves. I use whole cloves. You can also use ground cloves if you prefer that and if you have that. But this, throw that in there. Throw it in there. High in antioxidants, potassium, omega-3, just so many benefits to it. And that's pretty much all it is. So you want to infuse this oil, and to do that, I use heat. I use a double boiler sort of method. So you just start with one pot, boiling the water, get that hot, and then you see how I just threw that in there. Listen, I'm not trying to bum my fingers, okay? So definitely be careful. But then I throw that glass in there. It's better if you work with glass. I don't know if this would be the best with plastic. I've always done it with glass just because of the temperature. Throw that in there and just let it simmer for a bit. The oil will never boil. So for me, I like to let it sit in this oil for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, especially since this is a very small batch. It doesn't have to be in there a long time. You just want to make sure the level of the water is low enough so that when you throw your glass or whatever container in there, the water displacement doesn't get any water into your oil, because water and oil, it don't mix, okay? And water is not a part of this, this mixture. So once that is done, we're pretty much done. So I'm just going to reuse the same container that I took the oil out of. I just ripped the labeling of my OMALICHILD oil off of there, just so it's clear and easier for you to see. You can see the coffee beans are still in there, which I don't mind. It's not a part of the recipe, child, but you know, if you use my oil for this as a base, then you will get some of that caffeine in there. But again, it's not necessary to have the coffee beans in there. And this is pretty much it. This is how it looks. You can see this dark liquid here, and it's just enough for me because of the way I use it. So this is my hair when it is out of a style and ready to be washed. You could see it is very dry, honey. Okay, I feel like all of my tutorials start off with terribly dry hair, but that's why we're here. My scalp was also really itchy, and that's what I use this oil for. It is perfect for the scalp, perfect for helping with hair growth on the scalp, but also soothing the scalp. So let's get started, because you know, it's going to be a journey. Did want to show you, though, that there's getting some length. There's some length in there. So I'm telling you, the oil's working. My own personal oil that I use without this is working. So for me, I like to apply this on freshly washed hair. This is going directly to the scalp. I love this on my scalp because of the things that it has in there. So the rosemary oil that is in my OMALICHILD oil is perfect for antioxidants, eliminating dirt, reducing dandruff, minimizing breakage, and it strengthens the hair follicle. So of course, I love using my oil because it has rosemary oil. But if you're going to make this yourself, then and you don't have my oil, definitely try and get some rosemary oil in there because it just packs a punch. Peppermint oil, again, in my oil, stimulates hair growth at the scalp. Love it. castor oil as well, which is in my oil. The same, thickening hair, promoting hair growth at the scalp. So what I add in, the additions, I already spoke about amla, Indian gooseberry, which I have to mention is really high in vitamin E and C. It also helps darken the hair and add shine. And so I think that's amazing because, you know, I like some dark hair, child. So this is another way that I use it. Once I finish styling my hair, I love to oil my scalp after I do a fresh set of twists in my hair. So this is 2 days later when I've twisted my hair, or dry twisted my hair rather. And I take that same mixture, that same oil to get on my scalp. Love it, love it, love it. The cloves in there, high in antioxidants, like I said, has potassium, omega-3, which is really good for reducing inflammation, and it nourishes hair, and it is a natural conditioner. And you can really feel those effects on your scalp. This oil, very, very simple to make, no matter what base oil you start with, because there's 2 ingredients only, but both of those ingredients are very, very high in minerals, very high in things that do help with scalp health, which ultimately helps with hair growth. And again, I am focused on starting from the inside going out, which means I want the health of my scalp to be A1, because that's just the perfect breeding ground for nice, strong hair. This is it. This is it all done. The scalp is freshly moisturized. You can see I'm feeling good. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts, comments, like, subscribe. Bye, guys.